Oh, hi. Well, I was sleeping in the house when suddenly I decided to talk about the past. Let's start. First, we are going to learn about past simple. And the first step is going to be how do we form the past simple. I have divided the whiteboard in three parts: the affirmative, negative, and interrogative form. To start with the affirmative, we have to bear in mind that the verbs, if they are regular verbs, we need to add the subject, and it doesn't matter if it is I, you, they, we, he, she, it doesn't matter, because after the subject we need to add the regular verb, for example, play, plus ed. So, an example, I played. That it's an example. Another one, instead of regular verbs, if it is an irregular verb, it's not the same as regular verbs. Why? Well, here we need to keep an eye because we need to know the columns or what are the past participles. Okay? So, for example, here we don't care the subject as in the regular verbs, if it is I, you, we, they, and after that we need to add the second column, okay? The past simple. For example, an irregular verb could be the verb to be, that is plus to be in past. So, I, to be in past, it could be I wash. That's the affirmative. It's a little bit complicated. However, in the negative and interrogative, we need to bear in mind only the auxiliary. That is, here, didn't, and in the interrogative part is did. That's it. Didn't, did. Didn't for the negative, did for the interrogative. So, didn't, an example. Well, this subject, it doesn't matter the subject here, and didn't, and plus infinitive. Infinitive without to. So, for example, I didn't play. That's it, okay? And then the interrogative part with the same example, did plus subject plus infinitive. Well, an example, did I play, and that's it, okay? Let's review. Past simple, affirmative, regular verbs, irregular verbs, regular verbs, subject plus the verb plus ed, okay? Irregular verbs, subject plus the verb in past, that we have to know. Negative, we didn't, I didn't play, and interrogative, we did I play, and that's it. When do we use past simple? Well, we use past simple to show a finished action. That means that something in the past has finished. So, for example, yesterday I ate a cupcake. That means that yesterday we know when it happened. Yesterday I ate cereals. Remember, We know when it happened. I said yesterday. This is a keyword. Okay? For example, 2 years ago, we know when it happened. Another keyword. 2 years ago, I went to the desert and I saw a cactus. We know when it happened because it's 2 years ago and the action is finished. Last night I went to the theater to watch the Addams Family. 3 years ago I decided to come here to Barcelona and I planned all the trip. Well, first I went to the Parkwell and I saw all the Italy monuments, and after that I decided to walk around the park. I will tell you so. Can you tell me why did I use past simple? It's time to take notes in your mind map. Stop the video. We are going to talk about past continuous. And the first step is going to be how do we form the past continuous. As in the past simple, I have divided the whiteboard in affirmative form, negative form, and interrogative form. If I'm honest, past simple is very easy because we don't have to bear in mind if it is regular verbs or irregular verbs in the affirmative part. So, we need just the subject, and it doesn't matter if it is I, you, he, she, it, we, they, it doesn't matter. So, any subject plus the verb to be. So, remember the verb to be? We need to know it. And after the verb to be, we need the infinitive without to plus ing. G. Okay? And that's it. That's it. For example, we, verb to be in the past. Remember, I'm going to put here in past because if not, maybe you confuse with present continuous. We plus were, well, I'm going to take out plus. We were learn because it's the infinitive plus ing. We were learning, and then we can add anything. For example, we were learning English. Okay? Then, this is the affirmative part. And the negative is exactly the same. However, we need to add here not. And then, it's the same. So for the negative part, it would be we were not learning English. And that's it. It's the only, we need to add the orange part. Very simple, isn't it? So, and then the interrogative part, we need to put the verb to be at the beginning. So, it should be like this. I'm going to take the blue one. Verb to be in past plus subject plus infinitive plus ing. This is infinitive and this is ing. Don't confuse. For example, where you, the infinitive, learning. Yeah. Were you learning? And that's it. Oh, careful that you forget the question mark. Were you learning English? We can add English. And after English, the question mark. So, to sum up, the affirmative form, subject plus to be in past plus infinitive plus ing. We were learning English. That's it. Then, in negative, with not, we were not learning English. And the interrogative part, were you learning English? And that's it. And remember, instead of we, if we put it will be the same. For example, it wasn't or it was climbing a tree. If we are talking about, for example, a dog, okay? So, that's simple. And you will notice that if you practice this, you will learn it.
In the parkway, I was walking around while I was thinking about having lunch. Why did I use past continuous? It's time to take notes in your mind map. Stop the video.
Last but not least, we are going to learn about the interrupted past. What's that? Well, a long action was happening in the past. Remember that for long actions we use past continuous, okay? Past continuous. When a short action interrupted. And for short actions we use past simple. What's the meaning of that? Well, for example, here with example, while I was smelling a flower, this is a long action, so because of that we use past continuous, okay? A long action was happening, I was smelling the flower. What happened? The phone rang. So at the same time I was smelling the flower, long action, suddenly the phone rang. So this is the short action and this is the long action. A long action is interrupted by a short action. So after a while, normally we use past continuous, and then we can rewrite the same sentence using at the beginning the past simple, but instead of with while, with when. When the phone rang, I was smelling the flowers. Short action, long action. When the phone rang, past simple after when, normally, and then past continuous. So, to sum up, interrupted past. Long actions are, or it's better to say were, because we are talking about the past, were interrupted by short actions. Long actions, such as here, smelling a flower, are interrupted.
I was walking around the parallel in the columns part, as you can see, when suddenly I realized about the amazing look. I used an interrupted past because it's a long action. I said I was walking, interrupted by a short one, that is to realize about something.
I was walking while the boat was leaving the harbor.
when suddenly someone brought me chocolate. I use past continuous to say that I was drinking coffee because drink is a long action. Someone brought me the chocolate because it's a short action to bring something. I was mixing the milk with the cereals when suddenly the spoon fell down.
I was driving when suddenly I fell down. What are the things that past simple and past continuous have in common? Think about it.
It's time to take notes in your mind map. Stop the video. After watching this video, can you answer 3 questions? The first one, when do we use past simple and past continuous? The second one, can you tell me the keywords that appear in the video related to past simple and past continuous? And last but not least, the third question is, how do we call past simple and past continuous? It's time to take notes in your mind map. Stop the video. This is the end of the video. I hope you learned about the past simple and past continuous.